Hello everybody, won't you join me today on this beautiful sunny day? It is Monday, May the 1st, meaning in 13 days, all of you masses who are programmed to I don't know, celebrate pagan holidays. I don't mean to say it that way, but I mean, shouldn't every day be Mother's Day? I mean, shouldn't every day be a day that it's a holy day because we're alive and we're blessed with life? But I don't know, maybe our brains just can't grasp that because we need to reach a certain level of consciousness, perhaps. I mean, what do I know? What am I talking about? Anyways, it's beautiful. It's nice and sunny. I can't look directly at the sun, but the camera can. Look at that. And it's actually quite late in the morning. If I'm not mistaken, it's approximately 10 a.m. And I wanted you to join me to water the beautiful trees. And we have an addition along with a tragedy. As you can see how big they've gotten. This right here is 7-Eleven. Look at her. This is the one that had multiple trunks, and look how big she has gotten. She's still growing new leaves, as you can see. The darker brown ones, those are the new ones. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but there, right there, the sun can show you. And look, you got the new ones going right there. And let's check out the multiple trunks. This trunk right here, I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but it's definitely part of the tree. I can tell by how tender it is. And also, maybe by the end of this video, I will show you guys the casaba plants. And then you got the 3 trunks. 1, 2, 3. These trees. Oh look, this leaf is kind of showing signs of dying. These trees are definitely ready to be planted. I just have been procrastinating. All right, let's water them. You guys didn't come here to see my ugly mug or me flat my yapper. I feel like I should be more generous due to the size of them now. All right, 22nd has also gotten quite big, but it's not as big as it used to be. Remember, it used to be taller. Now look at this. 7-Eleven has caught up with it. Let's see how it's looking with the new leaves. The new leaves are not looking too good, except for the baby ones in the middle right there. Let me see if I can get good lighting. Remember, there's an iPhone 13 mini. I want to get the 14 yellow. And this leaf right here looks like some bugs have gone to it. Anyways, let's water her. Because again, you guys did not come here to see my ugly mug or me yap my flap. That's why I make my videos where I cry, which I'm trying not to make because men are not supposed to be crying, which is a myth. It's actually good to let out your emotions. All right, and I got some extra water because I knew I wanted to be generous with the water, so I filled up this empty container of Folgers, which is the coffee that I drink. I can't afford to buy the K-cups because they're way too expensive. So I just buy the pre-advertisement, Folgers Classic Rose. Oh look, it's the maintenance guy checking on the water levels. Anyways, we don't want to give him free advertisement. He's just doing his job. All right, now let's go and water Semilla. Yeah, Semilla. Damn, it's been so long I've forgotten the name of these trees. All right, here's Semilla. Semilla is not looking too well. If you see the top, it looks kind of like the leaves don't want to grow, or the leaves got eaten or cut. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, look, this leaf right here, that's the noise from that gentleman over there. And look at this leaf right here. Oh. But anyways, either way, this tree has come a long way, because if you remember, when it was planted, all it was a seed. and that's it. And now the seed is still there. That's the seed right there. It's brown now, obviously, because from the time of being out here, the radiation, the sunlight, all the rays which we cannot see, like um like the ultraviolet rays, which are not within the visible light spectrum. Those are infrared rays. Infrared, that's also not within the visible spectrum, and that actually produces heat and radiation, which in turn can cause burns. And now this is the dramatic part, with the part which is sad to me. But like I said, when they put down the sod, Survivor, which was, if you look at the rings from where I cut it off first right there, you can tell how old the tree is by counting its rings. So with this tree, you can see it only has one ring, and then the outer part of it, meaning this tree is really 1 year old, even though it's just, this is where the second trunk had came out of, and this is the part of the trunk that it is my belief that the people who put down this sod, or this this grass that you see right here with no weeds on it, they were using a machete to cut the corners, like for here, like like when you get to the edges here, they're using a machete to cut it and to put it there. So my belief was that when they got to little Survivor here, they used a machete to cut around it, and they barely left any room. I had to open up room for it, and when I opened up room for it, I saw that that one trunk that survived after a whole year of neglect was cut down. So that is the tragedy of this story, or of this video. But let's water her anyways, because nature is resilient, and nature will be here even after we destroy this earth, which we are going to, obviously, because of all of the carbon emissions that we produce, our carbon footprints and stuff like that. It's gonna happen. It's not a matter of if, it's more of a matter of when. But not to worry, guys. Just enjoy today, live for today, and then, I mean, your best bet is just not to have any children. That's the number one way to reduce your footprint. But by design, we're meant to have kids. It gives us fulfillment in life. Anyway, so here this is where the cassava plant was. They replanted cassava plants along the edges, and you can kind of tell which ones are the cassava plants, because look, you see over here, these are just weeds, right? Weeds. That's an ugly weed right there. But then you see these leaves, you see the difference in them. And then not just the leaves, but one thing I learned is this, the trunk. How can I get a good view with lighting? It's got a lot of leaves. Do you see that trunk? Let me see where the light is hitting the best. That trunk right there shows you that is a cassava plant, meaning that underneath here in the soil is essentially, I don't know if it's a single cassava. The plant that I had, which was planted incorrectly, but it grew tall, that one yielded about approximately 9 cassavas. So here's the first plant that I can tell. The second one would be this one right here. These are just weeds. Yeah, we can pull these out. These suckers, they don't have anything. These are just weeds. I'll throw it out later. I want to show you guys the cassava plants. Maybe you can see this trunk better. I don't want to dirty my jeans, but alright. You see the trunk? And like I said, my buddy, my good friend, who was actually a patron for about 3 weeks, he has a whole book
that talks all about the different plants, the trunks, their leaves. This right here, this is also a cassava plant. Right over here, we have another group of cassava plants. Oh, this trunk right here. Let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit. Without, the lighting is not. Oh, right there. You see that trunk? It's got like a light color. It's not brown. It's almost like reddish, like a maroon. And then what holds the leaves is red. That's a cassava plant. Okay, so we got another one here. These might be two actually. Yeah, this is two. This is one right here and one right there. Here's another one. And then let's see. Here's some more. Anyways, as you can see, we have several cassava plants. Oh, here's another one right next to our big avocado tree. And look at that trunk. See, this trunk's actually not even red. This one is like a greenish, but you see, this is more like a little bit red, and this one is like it's still a cassava. It's just a little bit different shade. Maybe because of the fact that it grew right next to this big old avocado tree. You see this big old avocado tree? That's what the 3 trees in the front are gonna become like one day, heaven willing. This one was cut several times. That's why if you want to climb this, you gotta either be a good jumper or have a ladder. The highest I've climbed is probably up to like about somewhere up there, but I'm gonna have to climb it eventually to cut down the side that's on the neighbors, because the neighbors, they don't like it on their property. Over here we have the last of the cassava. I think this might be the last one. It's a loner. Yeah, look at its trunk. So yeah, those are our cassava plants. Unfortunately, in order to get the yield from the cassava or the root, which is yucca, we have to and then replant them. I think these might be clones from the last plant that we had. So, you know, my buddy knows how to clone things too. My buddy's Dr. Green Thumb. He's the real Dr. Green Thumb. I'm just here because Alex, thank you for the suggestion of making a YouTube channel. It's really yielded me a personal diary. So, but I have to be grateful, just like in life. In life, if you're not grateful, you're miserable, and that includes everybody, no matter what your ethnicity, what your gender, what your sexual orientation or lack of, or what your you know, your income or your status. You know, it doesn't matter anything in life. If you don't have a grateful heart, and if you don't say your prayers with a grateful heart, or at least visualize with gratitude for people who do not have faith in a higher being, you know, you know, everything's gonna, even there's millionaires and billionaires that are depressed, just like the rest of us, because after a while, you know, money cannot buy you happiness. It can buy you distraction. It can keep you distracted for a while, but after a while, you're gonna realize that all that distraction is really all just the same thing over and over again. And then essentially, what you're achieving is, you know, you gotta find some purpose. But whatever, I'm not a life coach. My testimony is not quite ready yet because I still have a lot of learning and growing to do. And not only that, but once I feel like I've reached a level where I might be able to maybe help other people learn and grow on their journey, I'll still be learning and growing on my journey, because that's how life is. Life is forever learning and growing, you know? All right, well, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you for enduring my yapper for this long. And may you have a blessed one. And also, may peace and love be with you. And I kindly ask that everyone please be kind to one another. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Look at my beauties.